Okay, welcome. We're going to get right into my stock market technical analysis. If you're new to the channel, we cover trade ideas, we look at the charts, and really outline trading cases for either bullish or bearish trade. So if you guys are interested in that content and you're finding value in my channel, please drop me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new so you get constant updates, because I'm always throwing out new trade ideas and giving kind of constant updates. And then also, if you're interested in learning the course, and learning how to do this as a skill set, take my course, link in the description below. All right, triple Qs. So this is our tech sector. We're kind of holding here at this 305.80-ish level. You can see that was basically former resistance. So right here you can see resistance. This big candle right here on this hourly chart ended there at resistance. We broke above, we've come back below, and we're right there at it. So I think it's very probable, not guaranteed, but very probable that we actually hold right in this area, hold support, and then continue to rally up to our next target, which is that 318 area. All right, let me kind of clean this up, but there it is right up there. So we also have this uptrend line to watch on the hourly chart, so that might come into play. But regardless, I think we're close to the area where we should find some support and continue to rally. I don't see any indication that we're not done rallying here. Okay, the market needs to become more bullish, and we need to, bear market rallies are very deceiving. They make people feel like the bottom's in and there's not going to be any more sell-off. So I think this should last longer. We should rally a little bit more. I don't see any signs that we're going to slow down and stop. SPY, you can see SPY we have this uptrend line here to watch, and you can see we undercut it today, but look, they've pretty much recovered it. So I suspect they step in here and buy. Also had some resistance, 410.54, which should be support. So I think we're going to rally here again, and this is just going to be a false breakdown. Probably a rally into the close or potentially tomorrow. All right, that's all I see there. Small caps. The small caps had, you can see on the hourly chart, this level right here at about 182.87. That was support from the past. Once it broke, it was resistance, and then we broke above and it's support. All right, you can see it's support. We undercut it just briefly, but look at that. They recovered it and they're rallying. So this also goes into my analysis on the triple Qs. Seeing IWM hold up like this and hold support with a false little breakdown tells me that triple Qs is likely to rally as well. Okay, let's look at some of these long ideas, individual stocks. We're going to start off with ROKU. Again, pretty much everything that I expected to happen has happened so far. So bigger picture, and I've got it kind of marked out. You have this bullish falling wedge pattern. Okay, big bullish falling wedge. We haven't broken out of the wedge yet. We're still within that wedge. But look at the momentum indicators, all right? These are telling us that there's bullish divergence really showing up. And these often lead price. So we see the momentum moving higher while price is moving lower. So as I zoom in, and I have to go to the hourly to show you really what happened, but we rolled up and hit the top of this bearish rising wedge right here. So if I zoom into the hourly, you can see rallied into it. And this is where I said, okay, it makes sense to cover your long trade here for a brief pullback. I suspect we fill the gap. There's a gap from last Friday right there. The gap was at an 89, and you can see we definitely sold down, but the buyers stepped in a little early right here. And so far we're rallying, so we're not filling the gap. It shows just that the buyers were waiting there to buy. So at this point, I think it's likely, as long as we don't sell off into the close, I think it's likely we continue to rally up to this trend line, maybe hold here for a day or two and then break out. All right, that's what I'm looking for on that one. On the daily for ROKU, my price target right now, 138.50 is kind of the near-term target that I've got. We might find a little reaction right up in here somewhere at 109.95, but again, I think it's likely for 138. All right, and from where we're at right now, that's a move of about 50%. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for on that one. Now again, we don't have an all-out buy signal because we haven't broken out of the bearish rising wedge pattern. but I think we're going to get it. All right. I'm already starting to go back long on this. I bought it at that gap fill area where I showed you. And so I'm just holding long and looking for that to move out and break and a breakout. Okay, gold just kind of hanging in there. Again, just no real change on gold. We're still holding support, still above the 200-day moving average. We're in a consolidation period where we're just kind of building a big base right here. So I think gold still looks bullish. I think we're at support and we should rally. I don't know when that's going to take place, but it's likely going to be impulsive when it actually breaks out. So that is really all I see there on gold. And then some of these miners, you can see just this one, MTA, just continues for the last two weeks or so to trade right there on support. So no change. We're at support. We have bullish divergence, and we are, just waiting for liftoff. Okay, Netflix. Really, this one is just, we got to go down to the hourly chart to see what's going on. But on this one, Netflix, we've got an uptrend to watch. So here's the lows. You've got support, and any pullback to that trend line would be a buying opportunity in Netflix. So I think that if we come and hit that or get close at all, then that's going to be your buying opportunity, and Netflix should continue to rally at a minimum target, still up to gap fill 245. We'll just call it 245 flat. Potential long setup here, not actionable yet, but this is Zillow Group, ZG. All right, so on this one on the daily chart, you can see we've got this trend line to watch here. Resistance all through here. There's another tag of it, and here we are again, pretty much right there at resistance. All right, so we have not broken the trend line. We do have bullish divergence that's been building. I can barely even draw it because it's been building for quite a while, but here we go. Right here, bullish divergence on the RSI and on the PPO. All right, so we're waiting for a breakout of the trend line. Something impulsive, big red candle breakout. That's your buy signal if you get it. And I think it's probably going to be good for a move up to the 200-day moving average. We also have what looks like some decent resistance right about there. See that? That's a nice level right in there. So that would be my target really for this move, 65.32 or somewhere close. Depending on if you get to the 200, it might overshoot it briefly and hit that, but that would be the level. There's also a gap to fill, a big gap right up here at 84.44. So huge potential on this one if we get a good buy signal for some pretty good sizable gains. It's just a setup right now, so it's not actionable. We're just waiting, but we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, NVDA. This one's kind of interesting. We'll go to the daily for this one. So again, on the daily, you have a downtrend line to watch here. We had a breakout right here. There's your breakout candle. And that candle came with bullish divergence. So you'll see that it's basically right there. There's your bullish divergence. It's on the RSI and the PPO. And it looks like we're coming in for a backtest of support. Let me mark that out real quick. On the hourly, you can see basically, see this level of support right here? All right, see all these hourly candles? Boom, right there. So this basically was support through here. Okay, then we broke down and it was resistance. Now we're above, we broke out and we're coming back in. It should hold the support. So looking for this to kind of be a breakout, hold support, and continue to rally. My next level of resistance that I have is really up here at about 208.27. So that might be kind of a final target. We have the 200-day way up above, but this is a huge level of resistance. So that's I like this. I like it to potentially buy it here for a continuation move to that level. Commodities, this is wheat, and really I'm not trading it right now, these commodities, but I just want to point something out. So I had this high marked right here. This was a divergent high. See the negative divergence? I marked that out and talked about it when someone asked me about it. And from that divergent high, sold off, okay? It's down basically, about 14%. Then the other one, coffee, I noticed it's up today. Well, on this one, we had a divergent low. See the bullish, if I can get rid of that. See the bullish divergence here, okay? And there it is on the PPO. And that was a divergent low right there. From there, rallied, okay? You moved up You're up almost 19%, 18.5%. So again, these strategies that I teach, these divergences and kind of the full setup, it does work. You just have to really line it up. And that's what I teach in my course as a checklist to really go through all the concepts of trend line analysis, candlestick analysis, risk reward analysis, divergence analysis. It's all broken out into separate videos and it's priced affordable. So if you're interested, check that out, guys. I'm going to leave it here unless I see something interesting. We could sell off maybe a little bit more, but I think we're in the zone where the buyers are going to step back in and we should continue to rally. I'm seeing more signs of the potential to rally than signs that the top of this bear rally's in. The one thing that you do have to, understand though, bear rallies will often trap bulls. So if you're long, just be on the lookout for a trap and don't hang on to your position. Don't fall in love with it too long, Again, we can all be wrong. So if I'm wrong and for some reason we wake up to a big gap down or some sort of impulsive sell-off, then I think it makes sense to probably just ditch those positions if you're long, at least in my opinion. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Drop me a thumbs up. Catch you on the next one.